Hey everyone, I am your astrologer Brittany with Horoscope.com. Here are 3 things you need to know in order to make today, Monday, May 13th, 2019, a success. Now the first thing I want to talk about is going to be right here where the moon is in Virgo. When the moon's in Virgo, it brings our attention to our job, our daily routines, also brings our attention to our strategy and our plan for the future, and also practical matters, dealing with things practically on the day-to-day. And our health too falls into Virgo. Now what we've got going on this morning, right around lunchtime, is this moon in Virgo making a trine over to Mercury in Taurus. I do like this. I think this can bring lots of conversations up about our job, about our daily routines, and about how we can move forward on some things on the day-to-day in a more practical, secure, and stable kind of way. I think this is going to be very positive. That's going to stick with us for most of the day. The next alignment isn't going to occur until dinner time or later. Around that time, this moon in Virgo is going to make an opposition here with Neptune. This can bring, after really a productive day of communication, strategy, and planning, can make us a little bit confused about the things that we've discussed. Maybe there was so much going on that we were thinking about practically that maybe we need some time in order to reflect on what we discussed, on what is going on. Maybe also at this time as well, when the moon opposes Neptune, we can need some time not only to reflect, but to process the things that we've planned, strategized, and talked about mentally. Maybe we need to process it internally, spiritually, and emotionally as well. That can come in there. Okay. If, however, you take the time out from all these things that you're thinking about and doing in order to take a break and to process things inside, I do think a lot of positive things can come from it. That's because a few hours after this alignment, the moon then is going to make a sextile over here to the north node in Cancer and a trine over to the south node and Saturn a little bit after bedtime. What this can bring at that time then is us starting to feel like we're making forward progress, we're making forward momentum, and we're doing the things that it is that we need to change our life for the better, and set ourselves up for success, doing more of what's in our heart and soul. Okay, and I think that what we realize at the nighttime is not just that we're making a plan that makes sense strategically, that makes sense logically, but that we're also making a plan that resonates emotionally and spiritually, and that takes all parts of ourselves into account. So I really like what's going on today. Even if you need to take some time out from strategy and planning to get right with yourself, I think by the end of the day, we're able to bring it together in a really beautiful, maybe even a unique and novel way to do things that it is that we need to move forward in a way that feels good and can last. All right, so that's my first point here for the day, being to balance some of your strategy with some solid intuition being key. Now, the second thing that I want to talk about today, I'm going to go here to Venus. Venus coming into the last degrees of Aries, making a sextile to Mars and about to conjunct Uranus and Taurus. I think as a result of us getting more of the strategy and plan in place that we need to feel more comfortable with who we are and what we're doing, I think it's making it a lot easier for us to figure out how we need to work with relationships too, or to work with relationships in better ways. Or maybe our relationships are starting to clean themselves up in our financial situation, and that in turn is helping us to make better strategies moving forward. Either way, I like this. I like what's going on in terms of doing things your soul needs and adjusting your perspective to have the right strategy, not just now but later, and things are starting to come together. Doors are opening with people and money, conversations are positive, you're doing what it is that you need. With Venus about to come into a conjunction with Uranus, there could still be some unexpected things that come up with relationships and money. Either someone does something unexpected to you, or you do something unexpected to someone else. But again, I think these events are much needed and are a long time coming and are necessary to help us liberate ourselves from things that aren't working and to move forward. And I like it. I do like what's going on. We're starting to feel more stable and secure about how we're getting to the future. We're feeling more at peace with it, and our relationships and money are falling into line in a way that we can feel good about and let go of old things. Now, the third and last thing I want to talk about, maybe I'll go here with the sun. Yeah, I was like, I don't want to talk about Mars at the last degree. Yeah, maybe I'll go here, number 3. I'll talk about Mars. Mars here is coming into the last degree of Gemini. Again, when planets are about to be at the last degree of a sign, they tend to get a little bit stronger. So this could also bring lots of conversations up, lots going on in your mind. It could bring your mind working overtime, but even if your mind is working overtime, or if you are having a lot of conversations, with Mercury being in such beautiful aspect to a lot of things going on right now, or with Mars and Gemini being in such beautiful aspect, I think these are going to be positive. I think finally, after a really long time of like Mercury retrograde and Mercury being in hard spots, I think we're finally starting to get clarity on what we need and on what's next and on how we're going to do things. And clarity was hard to find the past few months. We may have felt confused. We may have felt alone. We may have not been sure what to do. And I think now it's like all of a sudden the doors are opening. We understand what we need to do next in a practical way that makes sense for us holistically. We're moving towards that way. People and money are starting to fall into place in order to support us on our journey. And our mind is getting clear on what we need. And we're feeling more at peace with what we're doing, and like all of us is on board to get things done, and conversations are positive. Okay, I do. It's like things are going off in multiple cylinders, all cylinders, in a positive way. We're feeling good emotionally, spiritually, mentally, intellectually, practically. It's all happening. We may still be at the beginning of a larger story, a new story. We're reading a new book that has yet to unfold, but I think we're starting to at least feel a lot more excited about the direction this new book and new story is going in, and we're feeling supported on this journey, and the clarity about our path and the confidence is starting to return. And I think with Mars about to move into Cancer in the next few days, we're starting to have more faith and have more trust in ourselves and the universe and God and whatever it is that you believe in order to get you to where it is that you need to go as a result of all the hard work you've put in previously. So there's your daily planetary forecast for today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you tomorrow.